All aboard your tech news, games, and deals caboose. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and ho 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 ho. Let's jump into some RTX game news and then some tech news from Samsung Android Pie. Let's start with 8K gaming with two RTX Titans in SLI, and YouTuber 30IR plays Shadow of the Tomb Raider and a Battlefield 5, some of which get 8K 60 FPS gameplay. So what the RTX Titan holds over the 2080 Ti is the 24 gigs of RAM, which on ultra settings, some of these games actually will take 17 gigs to 22 gigabytes of VRAM. So that's the graphics card memory. And there's only 11 gigs on the 2080 Ti's. So this is going to enable that at 8K. We also get to, let's just jump over to some of the videos. So we have here, this is 30IR, and here's some of the game settings he goes over. 4K 60 Hertz. We get, I'm pretty sure it said DX12 disabled, so DX11. And here's some of the ultra settings he's talking about. And let's jump into the actual FPS. So 62 FPS. So in actual combat, it might dip a little bit below, and we'll see that here in a second. 64. 17.3 gigabytes of VRAM is currently using, and he has these overclocked 1000 megahertz on the memory. So we see 59, he's shooting, he's taking some fire, 57. So 50 to 60 FPS, that's pretty good at 8K ultra settings, I'd have to say. Some of the clock speeds, 1950, 1980, 116% maybe power, I believe that would be. And 98% usage, 77 degrees and 66 degrees for the two cards. So pretty crazy stuff here for 8K gaming for Battlefield 5, one of the newer titles. Pretty cool. We also, let's just show some, he does the Shadow of the Tomb Raider 8K benchmark, and he gets a little bit less than 60 FPS. He's using ultra settings kind of again, and anti-aliasing SMAA4X, so high on that. And here's the other settings he uses, and he's around 28 FPS. He could obviously lower the settings and get better FPS, but he's trying to max it out. 22.5 gigabytes of VRAM, so almost capping out at the 24 gigabytes, and 23 FPS. So you won't get max settings on Shadow of the Tomb Raider with a $5,000 graphics card setup, but still pretty crazy stuff we have here. And one more thing from these videos, there's a third video, and he actually does 1440p with RTX ray tracing on, and he is getting, I believe, 60 to 90 FPS with the two RTX Titans. Let's check out some of the actual video. 105 on the screen. Let's jump into some combat. 78. And running around inside buildings, there was a little explosion, some gunfire. 74 FPS. And it looks like one of the GPUs is 0% right now. I'm not sure if he actually mentions that in the video. So that's interesting to see. So just one RTX Titan is probably giving the 70 FPS. And he actually had some issues with the power management in Windows, so you'll have to enable performance mode for some of these RTX Titans. Just a little side note if you have one, which I know a lot of you guys have them. So throwing that out there. And that is your 8K gaming news for today. And we have some Anthem news. This is confirmation from the designers / developers. They say that the lead producer says that there will be no season pass, so just get the game and don't worry. If you're into Anthem and the little javelin powery suit kind of adventure open worldy game, so that is good news for people who don't want to pay extra money and they're just looking for little updates. What we have here, not little updates, but get what I'm saying. So they say one of the questions kind of concerns was about in the future updates. He says that it was somewhere right here, mentions that basically that the players, he wants all the players to get updates together, So when updates do come and the world actually changes, everyone will be able to not be separated and get to play together. And that was in conjunction with like new javelins and stuff, new power suits style stuff. So a little bit of Anthem news. We have some Grand Theft Auto Online news. For today, you'll get a free car if you log in. You'll have to hurry up on that. And then there is also a new mode, Bomb Ball, basically Rocket League with 4 bombs into soccer goals and crazy car battles. So some cool stuff there, some promos, double XP, money, and RP, sorry. And a new car come out tomorrow with other little skins and stuff. So check out that if you're still playing Grand Theft Auto Online, still popular. We also have some Battle Royale holiday little tweet card stuff. And here's actually a emote from Fortnite. This is the Unwrap emote. So you get a snowball in the face for that. Pretty cool. We also have a little other Fortnite one. And this is actually a little backpack gingerbread pet. And he does a dab. And he's not super happy about that for some reason. Maybe he's chained up. That could probably be why. We also have PUBG with their little holiday kind of spirit thing. And stay holiday-y for whatever holiday you're dropping into. And there's some explosions, there's some snow. It looks like he's been in a battle or two. We also have just about a day or two ago, some guys looting inside a warmy house. And get some backing out and backing out a little more. And we get some nice aurora lights. And we get a little Christmas message on top of that, which says, Merry Christmas. Cool stuff there. We also have some Call of Duty holiday cheer, some snowmen, some guns, and he's just holding a mistletoe. Interesting. Mistletoe for the bullets, I guess. And then Battlefield 5, we have a little snowman. Not great at building, but there's some gunfire in the background, so I wouldn't really worry about how perfect it is. And that is your game stuff. Let's jump into some tech news really quick. And that's a deal. Don't look at that yet. So Samsung begins Android Pie rollouts for Galaxy S9s in Europe first. And what we have here is, the first mention was a German release, followed by Netherlands, followed by Slovakia, and potentially more. Those are the first 3 kind of reports. So get excited for your Android Pie. And just a quick mention, they mention this will incorporate the Samsung One UI. So it'll be easier for bigger phones with apps, easier to use apps and stuff for that. And pretty cool for that. We also have some political news. Japan thinks smartphones. Japan and government did a survey and is kind of pointing towards smartphones, towards the results. So the actual Japan's Minister of Education, Culture, etc. did a survey and found that students with visions below the 1.0 score, which is 2020, is at an all-time high. So 25.3% are below this score, and 67% of high school students and 34% of elementary students also didn't meet the bar. So for some more exact numbers, and they are pointing towards increased time spent at smartphones. So don't take your phones from your kids, but just keep an eye on the news, see what else comes out. Some actual, this is just a survey, not like proof. So if you're looking for basic proof, experts warn that extended periods can expose to blue light emitted from smartphones, which cause eye strain and fatigue. And this could also do with like not having enough lighting. So, but it's not proven to ruin eyesight. Just something to throw out there for tech news today. Wasn't much going on. And let's jump into deals for today, which is the Moto G6 64 gigabytes on Amazon for $200. There's 2 versions. There's a Prime exclusive version. So this deal comes with, if you have Amazon Prime for the shipping service, you get a little discount on it. The standard version is a little, I think $230. And there's also the smaller, here's the standard version, $230. So the Prime version just comes with Amazon apps preloaded, and with Amazon Alexa you can double press the power button. So those are the big two differences. Just for some old kind of newsy, one of the questions about this was if there's still lock screen ads, and a couple of the people answered no, they did away with that in February, if I remember correctly what the comment said. You can check the comments to double check for that. So it's just apps and the Amazon Alexa power button between those. So you save $30 for getting the Prime version. And then the other version, you can save another $10 to $20 to get half the storage and 1 less gig of RAM. Might as well just go with the $200 version. Affiliate link in the description below for that. And that is your tech news, games, and deals for the Christmassy holidays. We have a couple of comments saying, who needs eyes? This is in relation to the smartphones, I guess. And it's not Christmas without small snowballs in my face, which, yes, it's not. There's a snowball right there, maybe. So thanks for watching, and we will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific for another Tech News, Games, and Deals live stream. And we're gonna sign out now. Pew pew pew, pew 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 pew, pew 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 pew.